Well, good morning. A lot happening today, so why don't we just get started? I still have JD down in southern Ohio, and today we're hopefully going to get a couple parking areas straightened out. This telephone pole supplied electric to the old cabin. We have a larger, longer pole now, and we thought this would make a good backstop for the lower parking area. If you watched a few videos ago doing the final grade, we had some extra dirt, so I asked them to put it down here so we could use this as a auxiliary parking area. Also, you're probably aware that we're quite a few loads of stone into this project, and even though when they did the final grade they tried to stretch out as much as the stone as they could, it looks like we're going to need a couple more loads today. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of room on the trailer to bring down many attachments, so we're just going to have to deal with the loader bucket and act like I have a grapple for now. As we make room to work on this parking area, just prior to coming here, I'd looked around to get some driveway fabric, and basically all the home centers I went to really just had some weed block, about 3-4 feet wide at the most, and I wanted something a little bit bigger and longer. I even tried looking at stone yards and contacting folks that delivered stone, but I ended up ordering a bunch of it from Vevor, a website called Vevor. They carry a lot of tools and other items on there. You'd be surprised at the wide variety of things they have there, but they had this fabric. This basically looks like it's only 3.5 feet wide, but it's actually folded in half and 300 feet long. So when you unfold it, it's 6.5 feet. And there are other sizes. You go as wide as 13 feet, but I thought that this would be easiest to work with in our situation. So this is specifically designed for driveways and parking areas and is not a weed block. I like the fact that it has nice visible green lines on there, so it's easier to lay out and keep things straight. From the time I ordered it, it showed up in just a couple days and was shipped through FedEx. I'm going to leave a link below, and I'm also going to try to get a coupon code, and I'll include that in the description below. And as I said, if you peruse around on their website, you'll see that they have a wide range of tools, even stuff for your tractor. I saw that they had water pumps. I saw that they had stuff for food services and restaurants. Just a wide range of subjects and categories you could look at. Home and garden, chain hoist, and I'm kind of getting interested in maybe getting a welder for myself. Just something that's simple to use. So many times I have something that breaks that probably requires just a little spot weld here or there, and it sits around waiting and waiting and waiting till maybe I meet up with somebody with a welder. But let's get back to this project.
Rinse my shoes off with the pole later. It's muddy, but it ain't gonna hurt. Once we get it out, then we'll be able to straighten it.
Alright, so we got the Vevor fabric all down, and I'm just waiting for a load of stone to come. Hopefully they're still coming this afternoon. It's supposed to be coming around 1 o'clock. It's a little bit afternoon right now, so The driver of the truck asked me if he wanted to spread it, but I thought I'd make that stone go a little bit further if we use JD and less of a chance of tearing or shifting the fabric around. That's perfect. So if he wants to leave, he's gonna have to dig his way out now. So.
He's got to get this done first.
Now this first load of stone is 9 tons, and that's about as much as this gentleman can carry in his truck. So we're going to have one more delivery show up. I don't think we're going to need a third today, but we will need one in the future. Now, a lot of times in the past when I did a project like this at home where I was doing a little parking area for our RV or maybe something on the side of a pole barn, we just used up a bunch of weed block, and that stuff was kind of a pain to work with because it wasn't as wide, or just a light breeze would catch it and move it, even the wind coming off the exhaust of the tractor. It's looking like this 9-ton load is going to be just about enough to do this area. It looks like we can get about 5 pickup trucks in here, or a combination of pickup trucks and trailers. We're going to shuffle things around before the next load of stone comes. Don's going to try out the Hunter of the Month parking spot. Now this area is right by the house, right next to the side door. We're going to lay down some fabric again first. We're going to lay it down in a manner of almost like shingling. So we're going to start at the low area and work our way up and then overlap it about a foot. Not only will this help with tracking mud into the new house, but it'll also do some erosion control at the same time. Now it's going to be a little less area to cover than the parking area, so we're just having them dump it in the same spot. And even though I'm going to have to travel back and forth with the tractor, we thought it would be best to just leave it down there. Okay, so 2 loads of gravel, 9 tons each. As you can see, I got a little bit left over, and I'm not sure, we're just gonna maybe move that off to the side right now and then use it for thin spots. That won't be the end of the gravel. We're probably going to put more parking in front of the home itself, but I want to do a trench which will come down the hill and then go over to the shed and put some conduit down so I can run some electric back to the shed like we used to have. And then maybe a Starlink connection and maybe a cell phone booster or some sort of coax cable to go all in that coax and then under the house. But we're in good shape right now. We have this parking area set aside. We've got the gravel up on top, which will be nice that we come here and if it's rainy or wet, we can just pull right onto the gravel. Won't bring any mud into the house and won't be stepping on that sticky clay that is just terrible to walk on when it gets wet. But that's going to do it for today. I'm going to leave JD down here probably for a couple more weeks because there's a lot more to be done. Once that trench is put in, I'm going to have to figure out what we're going to do with these hillsides and then possibly raking out the area where the septic system went in. So still quite a few things to do. I also want to do some brush hogging down and around here. Every time I look at something, there's something else that we got to do that's just kind of piling up, but we're just trying to take it one step at a time. So that was a big step today, putting in the parking area. And the water tank kind of set us back a little bit, but you got to do what you got to do. So I appreciate everybody watching. Hope you enjoy and subscribe to these videos. Click on that little bell when you want to know when a new one is coming out. And keep an eye on this. Take care, everybody. So I made a bit of a critical error. I brought down the brush hog, and I normally hook it up to my quick hitch. And the quick hitch has a pin on it that is shorter than a normal pin that you would use for the brush hog without using the quick hitch. So I really can't use the brush hog on this trip till I go home and get my other pin or go out and buy a pin. But we're kind of behind because of the water tank issues anyways, so I think I'm just going to worry about the brush hogging next time I come down, maybe in a week or so.